With competition, community, and the thrill of victory, Fantasy Football Evolution is the next generation in fantasy football. Fantasy Football Evolution is the only national fantasy football competition with full drafting, league, and tournament play. Compete in a much larger competition pool than typical league formats allow, and see how your skills stack up against the best fantasy football players in the world. No other competition offers such a combination of entertainment and value, which will keep you entertained all season. Unlike traditional fantasy football leagues, you do not need to gather a complete league of players to join. Each player gets their own league. Let FFE assist you in drafting or weekly team selection. Both can be done manually, automatically, or a combination of both. Whether you are a seasoned fantasy football expert managing several teams or a first-time novice, FFE's user-friendly design makes it easy. Using different filters, you can easily browse and select players in a serpentine draft style. There is no time limit for making your draft picks, so you have plenty of time to do your research while drafting. Track your progress and your friends' progress throughout the season with FFE's national leaderboard and league standings. In addition to the standard reporting of nationwide team rankings, our Friendly Fire feature adds to the fun by allowing you to build your own table to track how well your friends are doing each week. This allows you to have a local community-side challenge while competing in a national competition. FFE features 3 cohesive stages of fantasy competition that seek to determine the best fantasy football player in the world. In Stage 1, your league consists of your team and 11 crafty and wily computer opponents. You draft against the computer opponents to create your team, as they do theirs. You then begin your journey to becoming Fantasy Football Evolution champion through competing in a 10-week season against these computers, much like you would in a standard fantasy league. This stage ensures fair play and prevents collusion. Finish with a record of 8-2 or better, and you advance to Stage 2. Everyone else enters our consolation competition. Stage 2 consists of a 1-week elimination round between your team and all the other human teams with a record of 8-2 or better. In this stage, you simply want your team to score as many points as possible. Finish in the top 64 and you advance to the final stage. Everyone else automatically enters our consolation competition. Now you face the top 64 players that have had the skills and strategies to survive the first 2 stages. You are among the elite players in the world, and now you must face them head-to-head in a 6-week tournament. Win and advance, lose, and you're out. The last player standing becomes the world's first Fantasy Football Evolution champion and wins $25,000. Players that advance to this elite stage all receive a prize depending on where they finish. A full season's entertainment for less than the price of a beer at many stadiums. This makes Fantasy Football Evolution a great value for you and your friends. Our top prize is $25,000, which of course comes complete with national fame and fantasy glory. But there are lots of other great prizes for runners-up too. Our consolation competition runs all season in parallel to the main competition. This means that even if someone defeats you in the main competition and you don't make it through to the final 16 teams, you are still guaranteed competitive play for big prizes for the full season. Spread the word about FFE. Because we want to grow Fantasy Football Evolution as much as possible, we also offer another great competition for people to refer their friends, family, and coworkers to join the fun. You can win free teams, cash, and big prizes for your referrals. If you're looking for fantasy football competition, community, and the thrill of victory, take your fantasy game into the next generation and register now at www.nextgenffe.com.